Player grades also brought to you by Star Mechanical. This is an interesting one. We're going to spend the final few minutes of our show on this, and I think people will not like the grades I gave to number 25, Darnell Nurse. 82 games this year, 43 points. That's actually really good production for a defenseman. You know, there were some tough moments in Darnell Nurse's season. I think some of his mistakes are obviously very noticeable to people who watch the game, whether you're like a diehard or you're casually watching. You've noticed Darnell Nurse's mistakes. I think they get overblown because he plays so much and has to take on such a big workload. He's constantly playing against the other team's best players. I think for the most part, he does a good job. I think his partner makes him look a little bit worse at times, and I don't like...
Get him a better positional partner, and
his mistakes will be way less noticeable. He makes a lot of boneheaded plays. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I also think Darnell Nurse does not deserve the reputation he has with a lot of the fans here in this city.
It's because of the contract.
I know.
That's the thing, right? If he was making $7 million, $8 million, we'd be less critical. But like 9.25 or whatever it is.
I'm not here to grade his contract. I'm here to grade how
would you grade his contract?
In the regular season. Not good. But if someone gave me $9 million to do this job,
you can't blame him for signing it.
Yeah. I gave Darnell Nurse a B- for the regular season. In the playoffs, I gave him a C. I thought there were a few more rough moments in the playoffs, and I want guys who elevate come postseason time. And Darnell Nurse certainly did not elevate come the playoffs. So I knocked him down a hair. Probably could have gone C+ in the playoffs, if I'm being honest. But regular season, I gave him a B- because, again, I'm not grading his contract. I'm grading what he brought to the Oilers. And what he brought was a guy who, for 82 games, played on the top pairing for this team. And damn it, they made the playoffs, almost won the conference. That's worth something. If you want to sit there and be like, oh, the turnovers, oh, this, oh, that. Okay, well, let's rattle off all the good things he did. For every turnover, you can find 2 or 3 plays where he breaks up a cycle, where he makes a nice pass up ice. All of that stuff. The Oilers are better with this guy on their roster, cap hit aside, point blank.
I agree. I would actually probably give him like a B+ for regular season scoring. I mean, to score 43 points, essentially even strength all season, like it's very, very impressive. I think he finished in the top 10 in that category, plus 26 on the year too. I know plus minus kind of is what it is, but I don't remember the last time an Oiler had a plus 26 or something close like that. And I mean, like you said, he's consistently in the team, 82 games. I think Cody Ceci brings him down quite a bit. And once we saw Ekholm come in too, like the weight kind of came off Nurse a little bit. So I think that's fair to bump him up to that. I would give him a C in the playoffs because, like I said, he didn't really elevate. And also he got suspended for something that was very avoidable.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think that's got to bring him down a little bit to his back-to-back playoff runs now where he's been out for a game through being stupid, quite frankly.
But last year CC was better.
Yeah.
And Darnell was better.
Yeah.
And this year CC was not the same.
And Nurse was not.
And Nurse was not as good.
It goes hand in hand to an extent.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I like what he brings to the game. He can skate, he can move the puck, he can score here and there, especially even strength. He brings the physicality and some grit, which I love. But yeah, no, he's prone to make a mistake, have a brain fart. Let's just call it that.
He is. I like this one from QF Pro. Before Ekholm, C-. After Ekholm, B+.
Yep.
Bounce those out to a B- on the year.
Play him less, yeah. Just like the other thing also is the contract kicked in. We don't know what it's like because, well, maybe some of us in the chat have signed a $9 million a year contract, but like the stakes change mentally, right? You're like, shit, like, yeah, I signed my ticket, I got my money, but like, he's like, I now got to play up to this.
Yeah.
And I also found beginning of the season, Darnell was just trying to do too much.
I think
he was trying to like force the issue and like do this, and like he was just like overthinking things. Like he's just gotta put that contract in the bank, literally, and just like focus on just being him and playing his game. And yeah, I think Ekholm also relieved a little bit of that pressure too from the mental pressure as well. Like the Ekholm effect was touched a lot of our defensemen, but I think if we can get him a better D partner and he goes back to this season just to like bubble mode, like think about not bubble, the
Canadian division,
mode,
yeah,
and just like how come with that mentality. Like he was in the Norris conversation.
Yeah, he was.
So